The crypto market is crashing right now. Well, Bitcoin has gone down like 5%, but if you were to believe Twitter, it would seem as if Bitcoin has fallen down like $40,000, is all the way back to bear market prices, because that's the amount of panic that people are having right now, dropping below $90,000. Now, I personally think though, ladies and gentlemen, that this is all part of the bigger plan, and it's all necessary for the massive alt run that is upon us. Having said that, guys, if you've not done it yet, make sure you go ahead and press the like button on this video. And if you're looking to trade crypto, I've got some links down below to different exchanges. One that you can use everywhere around the world is 𝗫𝗀. Make sure you check it out, as you can also get yourself some juicy trading bonuses. And having said that, man, let's be realistic here. I keep getting questions about, hey, Bitcoin is crashing. Are altcoins still worth it? And my simple answer is very much so. I'm not your financial advisor, but I personally think we're just at the brink, at the start of some crazy gains. And for example, if if the end of this season is going to be July, maybe December or so of next year, then over that time span, Solana can, I personally think, go from about $200, which it is at right now, to maybe even $1,000 or slightly above that. Now, a common argument is saying, oh, it can't because of market cap restrictions, but I keep referring back to the idea that, well, Bitcoin right now is at roughly 1.7, whoa, it's actually massive, man, but it's at $1.7 trillion. It's got about 60 or so % of the entire crypto market. Two things I think will happen in Bitcoin though. One is I personally think Bitcoin will still double. Go to roughly, let's say $4 trillion worth of market cap, right? If it ends right there, that's usually when altcoins start to shine. Now you have to understand that that would, in this case here, mean that $4 trillion is about 60% of the market, but I personally think that Bitcoin is gonna slash a lot of dominance. And let's say it were to go back to 40% or so, I think it will go to 30 or 33, let's just say 40. That would basically mean that the entire crypto market were to go to 10 trillion. And as it's right now 3, there's a lot of money to be gained. And by that reasoning, you might say, Dusty, but that would mean that only coins can double or something. No, it basically means that out of all these altcoins right here, it really would make sense if a couple go towards the $500 billion, if not more range, like where Ethereum is basically at right now, because I do believe that Ethereum could end this season well above $1 trillion. And again, my Bitcoin target that I mentioned just now, I think is quite conservative. There is also an argument to be made for a 3x from here, for example, maybe even a $5 trillion Bitcoin, which could potentially place the entire market of crypto maybe at like 15, 17, 20 trillion at the end of this cycle. That would obviously leave a lot more room for some of these coins to grow. But realize it, right? That Dogecoin went to like $80 billion last season. This time around, 80 billion is the start. It will probably do a few multiples from that, which could place it at the end of the cycle at what? 250 billion, for example. That could be a 3x or so from the all-time high. Maybe a $3 Doge is not even that crazy to think of. XRP, I don't even want to know what it went to in the past, but if it gets close to those levels, it really would not be too weird to see another $500 billion XRP, or maybe even for example, $10 in XRP, roughly a 10x or so, let's say 15x, whatever from here. It's not that crazy to think about when you realize that Ethereum is probably going to 1 point something trillion over the season. Those are just my expectations. I keep seeing people talk about SUI. Man, it's just a very simple answer I've got. Most of the coins in this list that are hyped up right now, I see a very good future for. And some of the coins, by the way, 𝗵𝗵 is up here 10% in the last hour. A lot of these coins also, like Avalanche, they've been on a little low pit, right? If we talk about a fire, it's been on low heat. But over the next few months, I think many of these will start to play catch up. As for example, the gaming space has been quite undervalued. It's still down 80% from its all-time high. But as the retail now is coming back, most of them are going for memes. Soon enough, I think that will switch over though. And as many of them switch over, some of the older and more solid fundamental cryptos, I think will kick into another freaking kick back into gear. And so a lot of the money will flow from memes to the older generation of like AI coins, maybe Tau, Render, etc. Maybe some of the most popular coins in general, like 𝗕𝗓𝗪. Some have asked about the layer 2s, like Arbitrum. I'm slightly less bullish on those because the hype has been quite low. You know, Base has taken over a lot. Polygon and Arbitrum have been kind of boring. And a lot of the layer ones like Aptos and Sui have gotten a lot of attention. Then again, I will say that Injective right now for memes, some people are getting really, really excited for it. And some of my good investor friends are also still bullish on the Celestia season, you know, on the Cosmos ecosystem. The thing is though, for those, it's like throwing up a coin. Are they going to get crazy amounts of hype this season? We do not know yet. All we know for right now, for almost certain, is meme coins, AI coins, gaming coins, and real world assets. Those are huge. Some of the layer ones are doing well, layer twos not really. And this could obviously shift, but for that reason, I'm not as bullish on them as I'm not really a big fan of buying the absolute bottom. I'm more a big fan of buy whatever's working already and try to sell it for more. I did that very recently here with Pepe, as I was telling you guys. I bought the freaking top, right? I bought the top of the top. People call me dumb because I bought it at like 4 zeros 18. Right now, though, a few hours later, it is 4 zeros 22.35. Up 10% in an hour, doing really, really good. Why did I do that? Well, because I know how bull markets work. I've been making these videos for 8 years in a row. I've learned a lot over this time. And the most important thing I can tell you guys is you have to turn your brain off to a little bit of a simpler mode. If you're being too serious with everything, you will not make crazy amounts of gains this season. And so whenever I put up a target, Solana $1,000, XRP $10, all those, it's because I know how crazy bull markets can get. Sui, for example, right now it's at $3. I put a target at freaking 15, right? 5x from here. Maybe even higher. I put it at $24, you know, an 8x from here. Because again, very often people's targets are too low or they're so delusionally high that it makes no sense. For example, if you're saying, hey man, so we going to 7,000, I don't know what you're thinking, but I see that comment a lot also. I just meant that out of realism, I say everything is a 10x, but then a 10x for Bitcoin, for example, 900,000, yeah, that's a bit too crazy for a season, right? For one season, it's a bit too much. Will it happen? For sure, but I'm not expecting it to happen. If it happens, that's cool though. For Ethereum, however, you know, at 10x, we're at $30,000. It's quite crazy because that means 4 trillion. But again, it's possible. But then we go to Solana, think, hey, we'd get to 1 trillion. Definitely 10x. Definitely not too crazy. I mean, that's basically double, a little bit more than double from where Ethereum is right now. Maybe it takes over more of Ethereum's dominance. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I could see a future where that does happen. And with XRP at 10x from here, well, 400 billion. That's right where Ethereum is right now. That's definitely not too crazy. And that will place XRP at $7.30, which again is very, very reasonable to even happen within days. Just like how Dogecoin right now added like $30 billion in the span of a week. And see, it went up 250% in the month. A lot can happen. Many people are not in the mindset anymore of just crazy, unrealistic gains. But back in 2021, many of the days you just keep opening your list here. Yes, some days Bitcoin is down like 4 or 5%, sure. But generally speaking, every single time you look back, there's just a full list of this, right? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% gains all across the board. And it happens and happens and happens time again. These days, like we're seeing right now, these are usually days where you pick back up the dip, which again, I did really, really well the last season. So you can continue on gaining the next few days. Some people panic, some people take profit, some people sell the dip. But generally speaking, right now from here, in my opinion, from here until July, maybe December, depending a little bit, all I'm looking at is what can I buy at a discount? What can I buy? What can I buy? What can I buy? I'm not really thinking of ever selling at a loss. If I'm down a little bit, again, as long as Bitcoin doesn't go for a massive crash, I think we're completely fine, and it's more so just for getting your average price as low as possible because it's not a matter of if anymore, it's just a matter of when we see these crazy heights, these crazy spurts. Yeah, those are some of my price predictions. Those are some of my tips and thoughts. Again, this is not financial advice, just how I look at the market right now. And again, over the last week or so, I said before, hey, might go all in on memes here. If you did, which I've been saying for a while, yeah, you'd be up a lot, right? Because memes just keep going crazier and crazier throughout the little time here. Memes are just absolutely phenomenal this little time span. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and press the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and put the notification button on for more videos because things are about to get really, really wild here.